When we open our eyes today and look around America, we see America not through the eyes of someone who has enjoyed the fruits of Americanism. We see America through the eyes of someone who has been the victim of Americanism. We don't see any American dream. We've experienced only the American nightmare. We haven't benefited from America's democracy. We've only suffered from America's hypocrisy.
Give it up. He has a couple words he wants to say, y'all. Brother.
That's real money.
What's going on, Jackson?
Class, mate.
Y'all can do better than that. Y'all can do better than that. What's going on, Jackson? Listen, I want y'all to give my brother, my friend, David Banner, a round of applause. I asked you to give him a round of applause for giving you what you deserve. And what you deserve is truth. You always owe people truth. No matter who you are talking to, no matter whose company, right? You always must speak truth. And so he's spoken to a number of things that are very much important to what we have going on in Jackson, right? You know, when I'm listening to my brother talk, I'm thinking about a conversation I heard my father having with someone. You know, somebody, when asked the question, who was Tupac's lawyer when he shot at the police, and he did shoot at the police in Atlanta, right? But if you knew that story, you would know that the police were off duty and they shot at him first, right? And so he represented him on that. But he hung my father, going back to my father, he hung with a very tough crowd. He hung with all these revolutionaries, and sometimes we get afraid of that term revolutionary, right? Don't call me revolutionary. You know, we want to be kumbaya and unity, and that's fine, right? But you have to understand that revolution means change, right? And so long as you see a need for change, right? You need to be as revolutionary as the circumstances dictate you should be, right? So you should all be calling yourselves revolutionaries, right? But going back to the story, somebody asked my father, they said, Chokwe, why are you running for mayor? Why are you running for mayor? How is fixing potholes gonna start a revolution, right? Because everybody wants their potholes fixed, right? Mayor Yarborough, I can't see you. Do you get the question about potholes?
He went to pray for them.
Everybody, we're in agreement, everybody wants their potholes fixed, right? And what he said is, he said that we have to bridge pothole to pothole and community to community. So people in Jackson, Mississippi understand why there is a community that looks just like theirs in Chicago, Illinois, that has the same potholes. And a community that looks just like theirs in Detroit, Michigan, that has the same potholes, right? And the reality is, none of you control the process that decides when a pothole will get fixed. Because none of you actually control your community. And so until you take hold of the process by which potholes get fixed, you're not self-determined. And so all this is about, everything that Banner said to you right now is about self-determination. Controlling your destiny. Making the decisions of when a pothole will get fixed. Making the decisions about what your airport will look like. And can't nobody tell you what to do in your daily house. When you control it, they can't tell you what to do. When you teach your children who they are, No one else can tell them who they are. You know, people look at me crazy sometimes when I introduce myself, places I go, and I say, my name is Chokwe Antar Lumumba, right? I've had people say, that's your name, man? You know? But we're taught in church that the power of life and death is in the tongue. And so, when my parents named me Chokwe Antar Lumumba, they said that you are a hunter, that you are a warrior, and that you are gifted. You see, you can't hate the roots of a tree and not hate the tree. You can't hate Africa and not hate yourself. Everything that Brother Banner said is true. You know, my father got a lot of slack when he talked about Christopher Columbus didn't discover America, right? Right? Well, the truth is, America wasn't lost Columbus for us. Right? And if you study, there's a book called They Came Before Columbus. And if you read that book, what you find is the historians found great totem poles with both Native American and African faces on it, long before Columbus came. So no one taught you about America. No one saved you from a space where you were just, naked and didn't know anything about civilization. You had traveled the world long before Columbus, when Columbus and his people thought the world was flat. And the reason we tell you this, the reason that you need to know this is because you have to understand, right? Your children have to understand. They tell you that the foundation of intellectual pursuits is to know thyself, right? And I'm going to help you out, Brother Banner, because you mentioned Imhotep a number of times. They tell you that the foundation of intellectual pursuits is to know thyself, and they give Socrates credit for it. But it was actually Imhotep, a black man that he got. And so if our children don't know that people who look like them were the inventors of medicine and mathematics, right? If they don't know people who look like them were some of the first to perform brain surgery and some of the first to argue religion and politics back in Timbuktu, right? If they don't know thyself, then how can you expect them to take forth and go into the future and become something great? Right? So this is important. This is important. It's all about being self-determined. It's all about determining our own destiny. And so there's a couple of issues that I want to talk to you about in that vein. Everybody in this room needs to be concerned about the takeover of the Jackson Airport. And understand what that's about, right? For 25 years, that airport commission was untouched. And you had the same general counsel, which was Baker Donaldson, a white firm that was over the airport. Right? They had no issue with the airport. And that airport, when they were running it, was actually operating in the red. Mayor Lumumba decided to change that commission. And Mayor Yarber put a good appointment on that commission. Right? And now, in the last 3 years, that commission, that airport that had been operating in the red for 25 years, is now operating in the black.
In the black.
So let's keep it in the black. Keep it in the black. Keep it in the black. Right? And understand what it's really about. Don't let nobody lie to you and tell you that airport, they're trying to take it over because they want to regionalize it and they want diversity on the board. The same people who are telling you they want diversity on the board, not one board of supervisors, not any board in Rankin County looks like the population of Rankin County. And you got more black people in Rankin County than you got white people in Jackson. Right? It's about money and contracts. Because that board determines, just like Baker Donaldson used to do, who gets the contract to fix this road at the airport, who gets the contract to cut grass, who gets that. And so we need to make sure that Jackson works for Jackson.
Yeah.
If it's our airport, then we need to get the contract. And like Banner said, don't be mad at white folks when they have their Grammys, right? Don't be mad at white folks when they make things that work for them, right? Because they're not the fools. We are. I'm going to give y'all this truth. This ain't no politics right now, y'all. This ain't no campaign. I'm going to give you the truth. So I need you to support that, right? And understand that there's property that is incorporated as Jackson at the airport, right? There's property, if you've ever gone down, I know you have, you've gone down Lakeland Drive, headed towards Dogwood, coming from Jackson, right? And you pass Parkway Theater, right? And before you get to Dogwood, there's some land over to the right. Did you know that is incorporated as Jackson? That's a part of the airport. And so if we build on that, if we develop on that, that's tax dollars. That's what it's about, not having those tax dollars, right? Also, we are against the annexation of downtown Jackson. We are against the annexation of downtown Jackson, the Capitol Complex District. 25-25, because what it allows is the governor to appoint a commission that will be in control of the contracts that go out. Understand that the state of Mississippi, in terms of awarding minority contracts, they have awarded less than 1% of contracts to minority contractors. And this is who's going to give us a diverse group of contractors.
This is what you need to be listening to.
If we don't control it, we don't want it. Don't go for the okie doke. Is it better to get paid by the corporation or to have a share of the corporation? And so we need our streets fixed, right? We need our streets fixed, but more important than the streets being fixed is we need to be on the contract. We have to be the boots on the ground. Because what that does, anybody who knows about politics, Obama told you. He said we're going to take America's crumbling infrastructure, right? And that's going to be the new frontier. Infrastructure supports economy. And if you aren't getting the contracts, then all you left with is no money, beautiful streets, and a ticket out. We have to demand that we're on those contracts. And so I need y'all to support those things. I thank you so much, my brother.
I bet you thought I was kidding, didn't you? Picket lines, school boycotts, they try to say it's a communist plot. All I want is equality for my sister, my brother, my people, and me. Oh, but this whole country is full of lies. You all gonna die and die like flies. I don't trust you anymore. You keep on saying go slow. You don't have to live next to me. Just give me my equality.